the reason for her not taking any identification. When if I checked in and they had identification, then why all of a sudden she needs more identification?
She should.
Okay, but see, when I checked in, it was on a business account. It wasn't on a private personal account, and they knew that. When I checked out and I checked back in, I gave them another $50 deposit because they said I was late 2 days, which is bullcrap. Because see, I send it through Cash App. When I send it through Cash App, it goes directly to the other manager. Okay? So whatever time he was putting it in, I'm not the one who's late. That's on the other manager. But that's how he wanted to do it. He's the one who gave me the Cash App. And the other manager last week, or the beginning of February, or between there, whatever. I think I started on the 27th. I gave him a $54. No, I gave him $61 cash. And then he asked for another something about the taxes weren't going through, or it was only $59 payments or something, which it just sounded funny to me because I know I've been making $61 payments every fucking day. And then $120 here, and then Joe came down and made an extra payment for me. So there was no reason why there shouldn't have been a payment. But what I did was I gave him $61 on the doggone card. I gave him $67 in cash. And then I came back that evening and I put another $61 on the doggone card so that I could be sure I was a couple days ahead, because I didn't have a receipt for when Joe had come and paid the cash money when I was detained. Okay? So they had 3 extra payments plus my $50 doggone deposit. Now, I'm wrong. When I got proof and ledger of every one of the payments that I made, except for the cash payment that the other manager took and the cash payment that was made on the 27th. And then I ended up making the wrong payment somewhere and gave the money, ended up making an extra payment. So I have it on one manager's account, and then the other manager's account. So what's the problem? There's 4 days missing. So if there's 4 days missing, why is that my problem? But when I want to talk about money, all of a sudden she wants to call the police. So he explained that to me. They're covering up something. The damn the black guy. She's screwing him. So if they're in there screwing and shit, it doesn't matter what I say. I don't got nothing to do with their personal shit. This is business. I don't got nothing to do with their personal. They can screw all they want to. I don't care. But you don't treat people bad because you got a problem with me. She don't want him at my door. She gonna move me from where I was in 525 to move me right in front of the camera at 510. She's worried about him coming in my room. That boy is too young for me. Are you serious? And she's married. She's married to one of the managers who works there. Dennis, or whatever his freaking name is. Dennis, I think it's Dennis. And then I've got a video of him sexually harassing me when I first got there on 521. I had to shut the door on him because he wouldn't leave me alone. I kept telling him, I'm coming to the office. I don't want anybody coming in my room. No man comes in my room. I stay in my room by myself. I study all day and I study all night. Okay? I don't bother those people. They don't see me. They don't hear about me. Nothing. I don't have friends on that property. Nothing. So, I mean, I'm being a problem. I need to know what kind of problem I'm being. You got to tell me something. You just can't come out with your personal feelings and shit. That's not business. And that's how it was the first time I was there. And he looking me up and down and stuff. I'm telling him 5 times. I told him, I'll see you in the office. I'll be in the office in 5 minutes. Can I put my clothes on? I need to get dressed. You know, because I obviously I'm in my room. I'm comfortable. You know, he wouldn't leave the doggone door. So I shut the door. I told him I'll see him in the office. Do you know this sucker stayed out of my doggone door for another 6 minutes, knocking on my door, trying to make me come out that room or open my door? I'm not going to let that man in my room. I didn't know what he was doing. And ever since then, I keep trying to tell him and tell the other manager, just tell him that I don't want to deal with him at all. I don't want to say anything to the man. I don't want to have a conversation. Just leave me alone. They moved me in 510. Do you know that man came back to my doggone door after they told him to leave me alone? And I should have sued him then. That's what I should have done. Because you can't just keep treating people like that. And then the boy next door to me in 512 or 511. He did the same thing to him. Come banging on the freaking door 10 to 15 minutes when they said they're on their way to doggone office, and these people are yelling and screaming, demanding freaking money. You cannot demand any type of currency in any type of certain way, Because in all actuality, everything's discharged and offset. The fiat currency that we're using is just to pacify people. But that's not exactly how it works. And everybody doesn't work the same way. But if the man is paying you every freaking morning, why are you acting like if it's 5 minutes after a freaking 11 and people got kids that they can just leave their children to come down there and deal with you when they say they're going to meet you in the office? These people are rude, man. And they say because they have a private business. Well, if you got a private business and it's a public service, isn't there a certain way you're supposed to treat the community? You're not American. That is not the American way to do things. And we look out for each other here. So you think you're just going to suck the money out of here and send it back home to wherever your family is and treat the people that you're getting the money from any way you want to. Screw this one and that one. Have personal feeling about people. She don't even know me. That woman, I don't know her from Adam's Cat's Behind. So I needed to come up there to find out what the problem was, because every time I try to have a meeting with her, she can't have a meeting. She's not there. She don't have time. She's got customers, this and that and everything. But I'm the one who's wrong, right? That's not how you run a business. It's ridiculous, man. So I'm happy to be out there, because obviously I've been there too long. For the fact that I don't come out my freaking room and I'm not flirting and playing with the little jackass.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And I mean, if that's the case and she's screwing him and everything, who am I to be jealous of? I am an old woman. I didn't put nothing on that poor little boy. And I flirt with everybody. That's just, conversation, jackass, But trying to tell him that you need to cover your ass. Because it doesn't matter how kind of friendship you got in here, especially if you're screwing a woman. You got to be careful. You got to cover your bases. Because you could lose everything. Plus, you can lose your freedom, because he's always telling everybody about how much of a drug dealer he was, and how much time he did and everything. One, that's personal and private business. You don't put your private stuff out there like that. But if you're going to be screwing somebody like that, you don't let it show. Come on now, you got to be smarter than that, young man. So trying to get him in trust, trying to get him to get the right contract, just to be able to cover himself that he doesn't have liability, because those people could have him put in jail because he's responsible for that property, for whatever they freaking do. They got him into trusteeship. Okay, that's his fiduciary duty. So it doesn't matter if he's right or wrong, they're going to hold him liable. Just cover your ass. So I'm talking to him, I guess she's watching me on the doggone camera. I don't got time for those people over there. I got studies to do. This is crazy, man. This is absolutely, I've never been in, well, no, I can't say that. Because people are just weird. What the heck? But they owe me money. And she's going to trespass me. And what was crazy was, I wanted to leave anyway. I'm going upstairs, and the police stopped, and I told them, I'm not a resident, I'm not a citizen. I'm from a foreign state. Which means they don't have, and it's a civil matter. And they admitted it. They can't handle a civil matter. I take it to court, which is the bright thing to do. But for her to be barking at me like that, I mean, really? You're just going to let what did I do to you, woman? She's looking me up and down and sneering at me and stuff. And when the camera went off, I was there another 5 or 6 minutes, waiting for the police to get there. So there with my head down and my arms crossed, because I didn't want to have any more conversation. There was no need to say anything else, because it didn't matter what I said. She had a problem with me. And it was so obvious. Just let your drawers on your sleeve like that, woman. She should be embarrassed. They think they won, but it doesn't work that way. Because business is business, and there's law. And as long as law and God is the master of this balanced universe, they can't keep getting away with that. Because I know that they did it before, because when I came in that office one time before, there was a young lady who was saying the same damn thing. I boy done gone in there and screwed that damn girl, and now the manager got a problem with this lady, won't take her freaking money. It's sad, Bo. It's just sad. You just don't do people like that. Not for no reason. That lady ain't did nothing to that woman. That woman don't know her from Adam's cat's ass. And that little girl had children with her. So she needed a place to stay for her children. And they put her out in the cold. Yes, put her out in the cold. Cuss her up and talk all kind of, no, and the girl can't get a word in edgewise. Can't say anything. Can't even defend herself. Wanted to know why when she didn't owe her any money. She said, but I made my payment. I'm not late. I'm late. That's all she could say. That's all she could get into edgewise. They wouldn't want to hear nothing. That boy down there screwing all them ladies down there at that doggone place. And he ain't got none but women up in that bad boy. Ain't got none but women. They got about 3 guys that are residents there, and they screwing everybody else. Talking about they renovating, breaking down the doggone furniture, and making some Rudy Poo doggone handmade doggone furniture up in there. And they had nice shit. They did have nice shit in there. But when I moved from my other side on 525, I didn't have any bugs. As soon as they start renovating, now I got bugs everywhere. The doggone sink was leaking since I got there. And for 8 weeks, the doggone toilet was stopping up every time it rained. I couldn't get rid of shit. I had to get my own fucking plunger, and my own freaking Drano to try to keep it from, because I mean, feces will make you sick, and that's a hotel. Then he keeps talking about he got a 50-foot snake and a 50-foot snake. Somebody was putting diapers down there and all kinds of stuff. That place is nasty. Somebody, the health department need to come up in there. But I would say I could do shit like that, but I'm not mean like that. I'm not mean like that. But somebody needs to go behind that business. Somebody needs to do a little, a secret shopper thing. Because that's sad. That is really sad. That's not how you do business. Sumter is getting a bad name already. We don't need that too as far as the Better Business Bureau. So the county council may need to do something about this situation. This is sad.